Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the BitcoinMeister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is May the 6th, 2021. Strong hand, long-term thinking, have a backbone, buying over crying. Personal responsibility is the new counterculture. This game is not rigged. Conviction, compete, don't complain. We will talk about that today. Be Bitcoin bold, all right? Don't FOMO on alts. And yeah, I am still offended by selling. Hello, my unique beasts. Hello, my elite friends. Check out the most recent show. Bree and Craig interviewed me. I like when other people interview me. We got some more of those scheduled coming up, quite a few actually. So check that out. 18 Bitcoin make you a freaking millionaire on this. It's like thunderstorming out there in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm going to Miami next week for a month. It's Tuesday, but we'll talk about that later. Also, check out the show where I was at the hockey game. Link to below. It's prominently listed. Always check out the links. Tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, Joe Saz makes his debut on the This Week in Bitcoin show. John Vallis and Pirate Beach Bum return 1 p.m. Baltimore, New York, Boston, D.C. time tomorrow. That's Friday. All right. Real quick, Orioles had a no-hitter yesterday. I was in complete shock. I checked the score. I had just got done running. It was an afternoon game. A tear came to my eye. I am not going to lie to you. I yelled out in joy. I thought of my father immediately. And it just shows you how certain things are just connected. You don't even realize when you're going to think about somebody who's not around anymore. So it was a really happy moment. And again, value your wealth in Bitcoin. Don't get obsessed with sports, but a no-hitter is very rare. It had been 30 years, so I was shocked. And it was really just a happy feeling, as if my dad was right there with me. It was unbelievable. So let's get into Bitcoin, and I still have a big smile on my face. And I knew it would happen one day. I knew there'd be another Oriole no-hitter. Just like I know, Bitcoin will return to its all-time high. I knew there'd be it's just long-term thinking. It's unfortunate my father wasn't here to see this one. He saw many ones before I saw them. So okay, now let's talk about Taproot. What is this Taproot here? Oh, Adam's talking technology. What's going on? Absolutely enormous for Bitcoin's privacy, efficiency, and fungibility. And Andy Hoffman said that. And okay, yeah, that's true. But I said traditional investors and the herd do not care about any of that. Even Michael Saylor does not care about privacy. And doesn't care that much about it. The first real United States ETF will be more important for the price of Bitcoin than Taproot is. So I know all of you are very excited about Taproot. The normies don't know about it, don't care about it. The institutions don't. The institutions probably are weary of fungibility and all. And privacy, efficiency they like. But okay, so you can get updates on Taproot. On the progress. I know people have green squares. I'm not following I'm a unique beast. I'm not doing no green square. But taproot.watch. Very easy to remember URL there. Taproot.watch. You never know what you're going to get in baseball. It was shocking. Pound that like button. Okay. Dogecoin. Oh my Lord! It's still people are waiting for Elon Musk to be on Saturday Night Live. Okay, it's come to this. You're in alt season. We're in alt season, by the way, people. For all the people that there've been a lot of false calls about alt season. It happens in the year after the halving. Okay, people thought it was happening last year, 2019. No, it's happening when people are talking about Saturday Night Live pumping an altcoin because Elon Musk is going to be on it. And when Ethereum Classic is $150, that's alt season. But we're going to get to that in a second. Dogecoin, though, is a measurement. I mean, it's some kind of hybrid measurement of common man interest in cryptocurrency and irrational exuberance and euphoria. Maybe it's a measurement of how insane we are into alt season. You can learn something from the Dogecoin pump. I mean, about normies. and there's some good quotes I want to share in a second. But going back to the Ethereum, I'm a little jumbled here. But hey, you could fast forward if you want to, whatever. I'm bringing everything here. I got lots of things written down, just reading them all. Ethereum Classic. And it shows that the market doesn't care about security at all because Ethereum Classic really should be at zero. I mean, there was a 51% attack on it last year or 2 years ago. It's had all sorts of security issues. But it's at an all-time high. So, I mean, it really should be. There are no fundamentals in altcoin land. And, hey, it's a golden age. It's a golden age in the digital world. And people can speculate on whatever they want to. People have become rich because of Ethereum Classic. I gotta admit to you guys, somewhere, and I gotta find it somewhere. I got a little bit of Ethereum Classic laying around from 2016 or something like that. All of a sudden, it's worth $150. It's crazy. And if you watched last week's show, we had a guest talk about how he randomly has Dogecoin laying around. I mean, if you've been in this long enough, you've gotten all sorts of tips from people, and you kind of put them in places. And, whatever, I'll figure that out eventually. So I do want to say that obviously Ethereum's been in the news. People have Ethereum derangement syndrome. I forgot who posted that in my comments section. Don't have Ethereum derangement syndrome, guys. It's part of the cycle, and it got to 6% of a Bitcoin. It's at 6% of a Bitcoin. I predicted that. I started predicting it in July 30th of last year. The video is linked to below. Go to the 9-minute and 40-second mark. And actually, starting at that point, I say all sorts of things that came true. That people would talk about the flippening, people would panic, people would be scared. I mean, I was very prescient. And guys, it doesn't matter. The pie is expanding. So many people are joining. It's apples and oranges. Let them do what they're going to do over there. It's fine. It's fine. Some of you have Ethereum derangement syndrome. You just can't ignore it. Ignore it. Calm down. But yeah, it got up to 6%. I said it was going to be that when it was below 3%. I just knew. I mean, people want a second. They think they're going to find the next Bitcoin. No, Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Someone did, link to below is my TikTok. I've been doing it. Coinbeast. Coinbeast. If you want pure Bitcoin, go to Coinbeast, okay? They don't talk about no altcoin or anything like that, all right? So I do their TikToks. And amazingly, someone asked me, what do you think of Hex? And my response was, Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. And he said, no, what do you think of Hex? They just don't get it. They don't get it. That's what I think of Hex. That's what I think of all altcoins. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Dude, you're asking me a question about your altcoin because you want me to say, oh, it's an up-and-comer, blah, 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 blah. It's going to take over. No, I'm not going to say that. It's not. There's only one. Bitcoin is the one, baby. It's got the most stable monetary policy in the history of mankind. We're going to get to that in a second because some people they're talking about Ethereum as a store of value. How's Ethereum a freaking store of value? That's better than Bitcoin. Ethereum's monetary policy changed in 2016. They had a bailout. They had a freaking bailout. You can't erase that history. I mean, so if you cannot say it's a better store of value than Bitcoin because you cannot erase that history. Okay, I jumped ahead in the show there. I wasn't supposed to talk about that until later. Hey, dudes, if you're watching this live, retweet this. Retweet this, dudes. Hey, Jorge Truco's in the house. All right, good to see him there. The market may not care about privacy, but privacy matters. Yeah, dude, it does. But the market doesn't give a darn. The market cares about Dogecoin, Ethereum Classic, B Gold. I mean, the most ridiculous things in the world. The market is made up of a lot of 80%ers doing impulsive things. All right. Okay. But their time will come when people realize how much privacy matters, especially in countries like Argentina. No, some people will. And yes, of course, in Argentina, they should realize that by now. But they don't. Jorge, we've spoken about this. I mean, they haven't learned any lesson. The monetary policy, they keep electing socialists after socialists after socialists after socialists. Most people are never going to learn there. It's a beautiful country. I enjoy my time there. But every decade, there's a new catastrophe, a new financial catastrophe in Argentina. So, no, people are not going to learn. Everyone's like, everyone is going to get into Bitcoin and drop fiat. No, that's not going to happen. 80%ers like convenience. They like impulsive stuff. They like nonsense. They do not think. They are branded to. They believe in brands. It's all about brands. And their politics is all about brand. Yeah, I like the Biden brand more than the Trump brand now. That's why I'm voting. It's all, and people, Trump branded himself also. It's all about brands. It's not about thinking things through. It's about going along with the herd. We're going to talk about that for a second. So this guy, WebPixel, sent me, what is this, $5 R? I don't even know what that is. Comment on Origin Protocol goes to $5. Well, that's my comment on it, dude. I don't know what Origin Protocol is. And what country are you in, dude? WebPixel. I mean, I thank you for the $5 R. Maybe it's Rand. Maybe you're in South Africa. I thought the symbol looked a little different. They would do a different symbol. Oh, okay. Maybe you can tell me where you are, WebPixel. I'm curious, but I had never heard of your altcoin at all. You said it goes to $5. There are a lot of things that are going in altcoin land. It's alt season. It's alt season when some dude is paying me $5 in some currency to just say something about a currency about an altcoin I have no idea about. I mean, Bitcoin is next Bitcoin. Did you hear what I said 5 minutes ago or 3 minutes ago? All right, let's get back to schedule here. But thank you for your $5 of something. Maybe it's South African Rand. All right, so yeah, the Doge, dude. I mean, I know you. It's tribal here. Altcoins are tribal. You're trying to pump your tribe, but you got to admit, dude, the Doge altcoin tribe is on steroids right now, and it just shows you how powerful this meme world is now for the young people, at least. It has definitely pumped beyond what I thought was possible, and it just shows you what a golden age it is, and how unexpected, seemingly illogical things can happen. And yes, it's a sign that there's, it's a sign that there's a lot of dollars being printed. It's a sign that we're in altcoin, we're in alt season. There's a lesson to be learned there. And young people are going to do impulsive things. I did impulsive things when I was young. Okay, I got into trends. I drank Zima or whatever that was, or what was that horrifying? It was like a power drink alcohol thing. Oh my God. I had a party. If you watch when Craig Shipp and Bree interviewed me, I talk a little bit about my partying days. What Sparks? Oh my God. There was this drink called Sparks that was a malt liquor and energy drink, like the worst of all worlds. And I knew the Sparks representative, a girl. She was in her 20s. Back, a few years ago, and she became my friend. She had a huge rack that my guy friends loved looking at. I didn't care about her rack. She did have a huge rack, one of the biggest racks I've ever seen. But I didn't see it naked, but I saw it through her shirt. You couldn't avoid looking at it. But she was a nice girl, really nice girl. And to one of my parties, she filled my bathtub with like the cans of Sparks. And they were like, 16 powerful, that Spark stuff. So yeah, I did impulsive. Don't do that. Don't do that. I learned my lesson. Malt liquor energy drinks that were trendy a few years ago. Bad idea. Pound that like button for Adam just telling you a random. You never know. You're going to get some Beyond Bitcoin stuff on this show. And yeah, she was a very nice person, though. And she would leave the parties early. It was very strange. She would leave. She brought friends with her. She was very responsible in that manner. She didn't want to stay out too late. I mean, that party went till 4 in the morning. I don't even know, man. How can I remember? My brain got erased that night from that disgusting stuff. So, all right. So yes, young people, impulsive stuff. And so yeah, I'm comparing drinking Sparks to buying Dogecoin. It is on a certain level, it's similar. I mean, you're just partying like a freaking rock star. You think it's not going to end. You don't think there's going to be consequences. Oh, there are consequences, man. And some hottie, makes you drink more. Now that's not the reason I was drinking it, but that's probably the reason some people were drinking it that night. All right. I mean, that was the Red Bull and vodka. People were drinking Red Bull and vodka. They thought that was, an high energy drink. This thing was insane. The Sparks. Oh my Lord. Oh my. All right. So now. What is this? Oh, yeah. Here. So let's stay on this Dogecoin thing real quick. Some people this is what Twitter, the people who pick the trending stuff and write it out on the side there, they are fools. They do not know about cryptocurrency, but they'll tweet about that. They'll tell you what's trending. And here we go. Some people are experiencing issues using the Robinhood app for crypto trading as Dogecoin stock value hits a new record high. It's like the 5th time they phrased it like it's a stock value. People they think it's a stock. They treat it like a stock. It's not a stock, dudes. And that just leads me, how many minor and major Ethereum buyers have never used it for anything other than what Bitcoin does? Okay? That how many people who buy Ethereum, the most they've ever done with it is just send it to something, send it from Coinbase to their Trezor. I mean, most people have never even sent the Ethereum. They just leave it on Coinbase. They leave it on their app that they don't even own it at. But like when will normal people use Ethereum for what it's supposed to be used for? Okay, as gas, as something to power something like Uniswap. Okay. I mean, and even to use it to play around. I mean, this is sickening to say, but at least the people that are messing around with Hex, at least they've used Ethereum for something different than what any cryptocurrency does. I mean, you could send Doge to people, you could send Bitcoin to people, whatever. Okay, how hard will it be for people to really use Ethereum for what it's supposed to be used for? It's a lot harder than sending Bitcoin, obviously. You playing with these apps, powering whatever the latest Ethereum tool built on Ethereum is, smart contract is. So most people, it's pure speculation. It's pure people thinking, it's the next Bitcoin. It's not even trying to be the next Bitcoin, dudes. It's smart contracts. It's all these other things. And you just have to wonder how many people who are such big fans of Ethereum have ever even used it for, and it's pretty cool, when you use it, when it's used to power something like whatchamacallit, as the thing I was just talking about, as Uniswap. It's pretty interesting. I mean, it's weird, man. It's not weird. It's different, this smart contract stuff. All right, so oh my God, someone's got a dirty question there. I'll get that in a second. WebPixel sent 20R here. Thanks for answering me. If you can analyze, I appreciate it. Look at the graph of origin protocol, dude. I think you may be partially a bot of something. Like, are these origin protocol people just, giving you money to promote your? This can't be your own personal money that you're asking me, that you're wasting on me here, dude. You're wasting money. It's Brazilian real. Is it Brazilian real? Doug says it's real. I don't know. WebPixel, you didn't answer my question there. But again, I thank you for if it's real, I don't think it is. I don't know. All right, let's move on here. Pound that like button here. Adam's a no. B-Trio, you said Adam's a frontal guy. No, with the ladies. No, in a previous video I mentioned I like Baby's Got Back. That was what because I've seen all sizes of the front, and it's good. It's good. I like, but I always when I valued my wealth in women, I liked I was like Sir Mix-a-Lot. All right. What's the B-Trio? Ask a question about the weight of the women I've been intimate with, that I've gone to the highest levels with in terms of intimacy, and usually they are quite thin. There've been a few that unfortunately there've been a few that not a few. I mean, I can think of one who gained during our time, but it gained some weight, and that was that was unfortunate for her. One who started out thinner, there were some that were a couple that were medium. Yeah, I trend to like the. There are plenty that were very thin though. The majority were. I'm trying to think of the majority were very thin. And there were a lot. I mean, it's American women. They were all American women, okay? And I'm thinking about my last girlfriend was very thin, and another very serious one before that was quite thin also. So, but heaviest one ever, not like no, nothing bad. But one did gain weight to there was a little extra that wasn't too good. There was one. No, I will do. There was one that was kind of big. That one was a little. One had a nice. The backside it threw me off a little bit. I would have. I did not want to. I remember that night. I was at the Lithuanian Hall, which is a place in Baltimore that would have those soul nights. DJ Rob would have these soul nights, and there was a girl there who really hit on me, and I was hesitant, but I went home with her, and I was hesitant when I was there. I wasn't going to. I was not. Usually if you're a guy, you're just any girl. So she had a few extra pounds. Yeah. That one started off with a few extra pounds, and that was. You can fast forward through this, people, if you don't want to hear about the history. But it was a question. Johnny NY said, "Big ups, my dude." All right, very good. So let's get back to the story. But yeah, that one was. I really tried to get out of there that morning, hardcore. I remember that. I wanted out. I wanted out of there. There was no follow up with that. But it's kind of weird. An associate of mine found out about my experience with that woman, and he decided to try it out with her. He was easily able to access her. So I'm not bragging about how I was to access her. It was no accomplishment to get that. No. I mean, she hit on me, and no. So anyway, but very interesting that I told the dude, it was, I don't know why someone would do that after my story with it. Okay, so moving on. That again, don't waste your time on this kind of stuff. Value your wealth in women. Look, it's some of it's horrible. Some of it's there's some nitty gritty. You're at a club and the girl hits on you or whatever. I'm not proud of that stuff. I'm not proud of that story. I'm not proud of that story. Some of you would actually like the way this woman looked. I mean, because the back was nice. I mean, quite a few of you would. Quite a few of you would be like, "Oh, that's great. That's great." No, it wasn't. It was one of my worst. It was. Was it my worst ever? I don't know. Probably. Okay, let's move on. Now, I pound that like button like I pounded that. All right, now, oh gosh. So we talk about Ethereum, and here we go with the Ethereum derangement syndrome. This is from Udi, real quick. It makes no sense to get angry at altcoin friends. If you don't like them, that's reasonable. If you don't like altcoins, that's reasonable. But in that case, stop watching their every move. The nice thing about buy and hold is that you can do other things while you wait. There you go, guys. So do other things while you wait. For when you're holding your Bitcoin, you don't have to follow altcoins. There are other things to do. Other things to do there. So Chamath will no longer be speaking at Bitcoin 2021 in Miami. Yeah, I was curious about what he was going to talk about. Now, some people are like, well, is it because of the Surfer Jim? I don't know why. That would be funny if Surfer Jim, of all people, just, by being on social media, started something that, drove Chamath away from the Bitcoin conference. It shows you, if you're in motion, what you can do. Now, I like Surfer Jim a lot. And I think Chamath is actually a really smart guy. I don't know what the heck he's doing with some of these altcoin things or whatever. With that one project, what's it called? The one that just, I don't even know what it. I'm glad I can't remember its name now. But I was curious of what he was going to say and how he would interact with everybody and what the crowd reaction would be. Oh well, won't be able to see that now. We'll find out more about the reason. But by the way, Trezor will have a stand there at the Miami event. They're not going anywhere. And listen to this, guys, real quick. If you're thinking about going to the Miami event on June 4th and 5th, and I'm so excited to meet so many of you in person there, and so many of the best freaking guests on the space that have been on the This Week in Bitcoin show. I'm going to meet them. So many unique beasts. And by the way, me just having a random talk about the women I've slept with in the past in the middle just shows how I can't be canceled, how I'm in the Bitcoin overlay. And you can be like this too. If you don't work for some woke corporation, this is what freedom is. You can in the middle of your Bitcoin show, you can reminisce about women. A special 20% discount on conference tickets when you buy anything from the Trezor shop. Valid from today until May 21st, 2021, subject to availability. Pick up a wallet or accessories from our official shop and save as much as $260 on your Bitcoin 2021 entry ticket. More than enough to cover the cost of some new hardware. So, okay, people, if some of you were on the fence and you wanted to buy some kind of Trezor product, you can combine it and get a discount to get in there. There, I just gave you a tip to save money. Gemini is now listing Doge, but Coinbase still isn't. I theorized beforehand that, Gemini isn't public. That was what my theory was, that a public company, because of scrutiny from regulators, isn't going to touch Doge because they think they're going to get sued. People are going to complain that they got ripped off. Because they thought it was going to $1 because Elon Musk was going to be on SNL. It's so funny how some of those people on how envious some of the people on SNL, the crew members, are, that they were saying they don't want to be around them or something. They don't want to be. People are saying he shouldn't be allowed to be on there. Why? Just because he was like the richest man in the world? You're so envious. It's unbelievable. He's an interesting guy. He'll bring up the ratings for that freaking nightmare of a show that I haven't watched since I haven't watched since the last Orioles no-hitter. Pound that like, but no, I've watched it since then. I don't know. I haven't watched it since the 90s. I haven't watched Saturday Night Live since the 90s. I don't think. No, God forbid I've watched it since I haven't watched it since I was a child. Okay, now oh man, there's so much I can say about that Orioles the Orioles no-hitter. I'm put such a big smile on my face. Now, if Doge was in the S&P, it would rank higher than 366 companies, and it's more now. It's unbelievable. But I mean, still, Coinbase is not going to. It tells you something that Coinbase doesn't want to list it. I mean, that should clue you into something weird's going to happen. It will. It'll drop eventually. Gamblers are going to gamble. It's fine. It's fine. Personal responsibility is the new counterculture. That's sad that Coinbase knows that the mainstream culture isn't personal responsibility. That if they list Dogecoin, all these people are going to cry and they're going to get the scrutiny of the regulators are going to be upon them. Anyway, okay, I kind of like give Coinbase some props for not listing Dogecoin. It's not worth the risk at this point for them. And yeah, the Coinbase price is not it's not associated with the Bitcoin price. It appears now. It's broken away. Bitcoin goes up. Coinbase, and that's why I told you guys, buy the freaking underlying asset. And I think it's great. And I think what Coinbase is doing, that they've gone public, I think it is great for the Bitcoin space, as I've said. They're buying up smaller companies like Skew. So this is, making all these entrepreneurs wealthier by just buying them out. Now that they're public, they're going to buy out a lot more smaller companies too. So guys that have been in motion in the space are going to get a lot of money from selling out to Coinbase. But hey, that's business, dude. That is business. And there was something else I wanted to say about Coinbase. Yeah, so Gary, let's talk about regulation. Gary Gensler, people making a big deal that he recommends the Congress that they regulate crypto exchanges more. All right, he didn't really get specific. It made me think that he wants a new agency just for crypto regulation. I mean, it was just basically, hey, Congress, do something. There's no need to do something, okay, at all. It's fine the way it is. But Gary Gensler, who's from Baltimore, just like me, and whose father knew my family because of the vending business. Yeah, he's a regulator, so he's something has to be done. If you got to make yourself useful, do something, or tell Congress to do something. There's no need to do anything. So the price kind of went down today a little bit because of that. They are going to do something eventually. They are going to make some new rule, the crypto SEC, the crypto regulators. Johnny NY, yeah, thank you for $2, by the way. All right. We got people going up. We got people going back and forth here. Oh my God. All right, now. Oh, someone mentions this is very interesting. We're talking about altcoin tribes, and obviously the altcoin tribe of the month right now, even though Ethereum Classic is pumping, it's Doge still. But over in the land of EgoCoin, what he's about to do, he's going to make his own version of Ethereum. Richard. And all his people are going to pump it up. And people believe him. He's going to create a better version of Ethereum. This dude can say anything. I mean, he could say he'd take out a dude in the middle of Times Square. Does that sound like something else? Anyway, and his ego worshippers would just love it. He's got a cult around him, and he's pumping it for everything it's worth. So yeah, I'm sure more and more of you are going to ask about this Ethereum fork of his that he's going to do. Whatever, dudes. When it gets bigger into the news, I guess I'll have to mention it because your freaking your tribe is pretty loud. Your altcoin tribe is loud. If you're a holder of Ethereum, don't buy it. I mean, just get it for free. Never buy anything that you can get for free. Now, my Lord, there's other people pumping all sorts of weird things in the chat here. Dudes, if you want my attention, type in BitcoinMeister, though. You guys know the rules. Come on, or do a freaking super chat. We're 34 minutes into this thing. I'm still going strong because it's still raining out there. I got to go on a little walk after this, though. Okay, so let's go back to the Ethereum at 150. Ethereum Classic is at $150. So there's a couple reasonable reasons for Ethereum to pump. One of them is if Ethereum fails, then Ethereum Classic will take its place. That has been a storyline of Ethereum Classic for a while. I doubt that many people are buying Ethereum Classic because of that. I think a lot of people see the name Ethereum in Ethereum Classic, and they're like, "Ooh, I'm going to get a cheap Ethereum. Instead of buying $3,500 Ethereum, I'm going to get $150 Ethereum." And that might be why people are buying a B Gold for $120 or $130. Ooh, I'm getting a discounted Bitcoin. Ooh. There's something in the name. There's something in the branding. It's pure freaking ignorance here. But man, I think a year ago, I would have said it was ridiculous for Ethereum Classic to pump to $150 again. Or be Gold to be $150 or whatever the heck it is. And Ethereum Classic was trending on social media. So again, we have this social media pumps. There's social media pumps again with Ethereum Classic, with Dogecoin. And yeah, there'll probably be more. I'm sure Richard would love to get his thing trending on Ethereum, on Twitter. It'll help. These memes, man, branding. It's you can mess with. It's a game of musical chairs, dudes. And it seems like a fun freaking game right now, but the music will stop, and it's Bitcoin did real well. It fueled this thing. People take their Bitcoin price. We saw all of this in 2017. It is such a repeat of 2017. It'll probably be bigger. So yeah, that's your I just try to give you some behind the scenes of why Ethereum Classic might be pumping. It's silly. I gave you a reasonable reason there, but I seriously doubt anyone's doing that. U.S. banks to allow Bitcoin trading in 2021, says the NYDIG executives. That's pretty big news. That banks are going. Something is going to happen with NYDIG. They're going to create an interface that allows Bitcoin trading through your bank. All right. I mean, dude, do you have to wait that long to actually trade, to buy Bitcoin? But normies, they gotta do things through traditional ways. They don't feel it's good to buy or trade Bitcoin until their bank allows them to. Dude, permissionless. But most people want permission from some authority figure. It makes them feel so safe. So what's this Chia thing? Oh my Lord. I predicted this, dude. Not specifically with Chia, because I had heard of it before. Freaking CNN. I mean, they have an article. Bitcoin may be the king of cryptocurrencies, but it's facing an environmental backlash over the energy-intensive technology underpinning it. So yes, I have said for a while that plenty of entities out there, whether it be mainstream propaganda, mindless 80%er news organizations like CNN, or whoever, are going to say Bitcoin kills the environment. Because, again, CNN's agenda is just, get everybody to believe this green, to be scared that the world is going to end because of climate change. That's CNN's agenda. So, of course, they're going to promote any story that can get people scared and get people more hooked on their channel. All these 80%ers that are just locked in their basement still. That's the next, they've admitted it. The next big scary story after the virus is, we have to lock down the whole world because it's hot outside. But, so plenty of people. So, an altcoin has been created, basically, to buy into this, Bitcoin lie that it destroys the environment. Now, the Chia project, Chia_project on Twitter, I didn't link to it below yet. I might not. You might just have to use your head. They only have 32,000 followers. I mean, Tone Vays is bigger than freaking Chia. Pound that, thank God. But a new crypto called Chia says it's eco-friendly. It's the eco-friendly alternative of Bitcoin. God. I mean, if you listen to CNN, you're going to end up a slave, or you're going to end up broke, or you're going to end up both. All right. Proof of space is the gimmick over at Chia. I mean, every little thing. But and here they actually have a story at Decrypt about it. Chia launched on Monday with a price of just under $1,600. Oh my God. It briefly climbed to $1,819, but within hours fell to the $700 mark. Okay, so that's, you end up broke through CNN's, and has since seen a steady decline to $597, shedding over $1,000 of its launch price. So, I mean, this is CNN. This is CNN. This is the kind of crypto information you get from mainstream sources like CNN. It is so, it's not a shock at all. But this is how some people find out about cryptocurrency. Oh, there's a new, CNN says there's a new Bitcoin. Better buy it. There will be more environmental attacks on Bitcoin. All right. And, instead of this, printing money out of thin air like the Chia people did, it would have been better if they just would have forked it out off and called it Chia Bitcoin. So all of us could have gotten this ridiculously insane, would have been a ridiculously insane crypto dividend of Bitcoin, we holders, and we would have dumped it on all these CNN mindless followers. I mean, personal responsibility is a new counterculture. I don't feel bad for you if you believe all this CNN nonsense after the last, 5 years, okay? I mean, come on. You should be able to use your freaking head instead of believing every gimmick and every branding thing that's thrown in your freaking face. But players like CNN are going to help keep altcoins. I mean, they're pumping a freaking altcoin over there called Chia. I mean, that I really hadn't heard of. So ridiculous. Chia, pound that like button. All right, now, what else do we have here? What's this say? There's an article, Dogecoin rally, a middle finger to the system, says Bitcoin bull Novogratz. All right. I'm going to say I agree on a certain aspect of this. A lot of people buying Dogecoin, and a lot of people buying GameStop, they are buying it because they think they are putting up their middle finger to the system, to the man, to maybe even the CNN. You're not. They don't care. You're letting emotions. You're angry. You're angry that you're not rich, or you're envious, or you're angry because you believe that all these rich people have set the system and it benefits them, and you're looking for a scapegoat, and so you're going to buy this to say, you know what, I'm beating you with this. So you're letting emotion guide you. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. And it can only go so far. This can only be fueled by emotion and envy and anger and destruction for so long, and revenge for so long. People think they're going to buy Dogecoin and it's going to just destroy the dollar, destroy whoever. It's not. It's not going to destroy anything. You're the one who's going to get destroyed in the end. So I agree that some of these things are being pumped beyond my expectations because people have really bought into this narrative that I'm getting revenge. I'm putting my middle finger up to these people who kept me down. And in a sense, but they don't care that you're putting your middle finger up to them. And it's not going to help you in the long run. So that's my analysis of the situation. All right, we talked about that. Charlie Munger, thinking about putting people on pedestals. What did he say here? He said Bitcoin success is disgusting. I mean, do you really care? He's 90 years old, for God's sakes. I don't know, man. He said it at a shareholders meeting. I mean, there's still shareholders meetings? I mean, they're not going to be shareholders meetings in a few years. Why have shareholders meetings anymore? They can all be virtual. I mean, stocks and shareholders meetings, it's a thing of the past. So it's not shocking that he says it's disgusting. I mean, that's the best. Great, don't buy it. Now, I think it's. I'm not putting him on a pedestal. That's my take on it. Andy Hoffman who's much more important in our space than frickin' Charlie Munger, says, in my opinion, even at $3,400, a unit bias effect in Ethereum compared to $57,000 for Bitcoin for those hedge funds and latecomers looking for the next Bitcoin. So I think he's got something there. I think there are some people that, and maybe even hedge funds or corporate entities that are like, yeah, $57,000 is expensive for this cryptocurrency thing. $3,400 though, that seems like a pretty good deal compared to 57. It's unit bias. It's completely mindless, and don't think that some of these corporate entities can fall for it. That they can't fall for it, because they can. They can. There's psychology is very powerful. Okay, yes, human psychology is very powerful, and you get beyond the unit bias. I think Andy's got a point that there are some people and entities out there that are buying Ethereum because it's the cheaper of the two, and that makes no sense. Where does Ethereum rank on the most valuable companies on Earth right now on that list? I didn't check. I was supposed to check before the show. I'm sure it's gone higher and higher. It is a wild thing, and it's a golden age that we're living in, where these cryptocurrencies are worth more than these traditional names in industry. I think it's a positive, because the traditional names in industry, some of them are going to go down the toilet because of their woke ways. And hey, let the market decide. Compete, don't complain. I'm going to go back real quick. I feel like I skipped some stuff today. There were so many things I had written down. Okay, there are a lot of people chatting in the chat, but they're not nobody asking questions. I don't see BitcoinMeister there. But keep on. If you don't have questions, don't have questions. Great. We've been on for. I want to get this thing done now. We've been on for 45 minutes. I assume. Oh yeah, we talked about Skew already, and that Coinbase will be buying. Coinbase has done this for years. It ramped up its spending spree in 2018, shortly after it made a ton of money from the 2017 Bitcoin boom. It has bought 16 companies, including Skew, and invested in 13, according to Crunchbase data. Coinbase Venture Capital arm, Coinbase Venture, has invested in 74 companies. So it's only going to grow more. They have a lot. They have all sorts of money now that they've gone public. So they'll keep on buying up companies all over. So good for them. And there was actually something I wanted to say about. I just forgot what I was going to say. And so Ethereum versus Bitcoin. The pie expanded for everyone is a healthy thing for the industry. Think of it that way, people. It's not a zero-sum game. One doesn't have to defeat they're not even competing here. But I do think when people try to say it's a store of value, it's insane. Well, compared to Bitcoin, it's no store of value. Stability. Monetary policy stability. It is the most stable monetary policy ever created is Bitcoin. All right. And the Dow, it might have happened. The Dow bailout happened 2016. You cannot erase that. It's still there. But the pie is expanding for everyone. Everybody's creating in the industry, in the crypto industry, in the Bitcoin space, whatever. So don't think it's like a winner take all game, et cetera, et cetera. By the way, Ben Shapiro had Portnoy on his show, Sunday special, not this past Sunday. What's his name was on? Jordan Peterson was on, but the Sunday before that, Portnoy was on. Very, very interesting. If you want more Portnoy, he definitely, he basically admits that he's an act and he's marketing and but he admits he's messed up totally on Bitcoin. But his main business isn't cryptocurrency. It's Dave Portnoy is his main business, and he does a really good job of branding Dave Portnoy to the 80%ers. His brand is strong, man. And people don't think. They buy right into everything that he does and says. Now, what do we have here? The cicadas are back in Baltimore, and I mean in various parts of the Mid-Atlantic. I can remember 2004, the last time the cicadas were there. My mother sent me a picture, and it's just part of life. A lot has changed since 2004, but every 17 years, the cicadas come to the Baltimore region, and I will be back in Baltimore on June 8th to see them. There won't be as many. I mean, they will peak in about 2 weeks, I believe. And it is, if you don't know what I'm talking about, people, you should Google it, look it up. Baltimore cicadas, 2004, every 17 years, 2021. You will see the pictures of them, and they're pretty big things. They're bigger than your freaking thumb. And I ate one last time. I'll probably eat one another time. And finally, I talk about the herd and people conforming mindlessly, and the 80%ers way. I found this video. I think I found this in the comments section. Again, because I use my head. I read the comments. I just don't, go to, I don't just go to what social media tells me to go to, what the algorithm tells me to go to. I do my own research. Solomon Asch conformity experiment video, or how people believe obvious lies. And it just shows you how over the last, especially over the last year, how people will conform, how they will believe anything they are told just to fit in. Okay, they show they show a guy a bunch of lines, and everybody around them says, this line is longer than this line, but they're wrong. But they're all saying it, so he feels pressure to, even though he knows it's wrong, everybody else is saying it's right. You watch the video, dude, and don't be that dude. Use your head. You always use your head. It seems like it is 80% human nature to conform, even though what they see in front of their eyes, they know is wrong. They know it's wrong. They know it makes no sense, but they buy into it. And on a certain level, if you can figure out what all the 80%ers are buying into, you can make money off of it. You can see what mindless trends they are completely wrong about, and take advantage of the situation. I mean, that's what CNN is freaking doing. They know everyone is they've added to it. They know there's no reason to panic. People with their own eyes can see that there's no reason to panic, but everyone's saying panic. Everyone's saying panic. They've been told that it is a panic situation. It isn't a panic situation. It isn't a hysterical situation. But over the last year, people have been told over and over and over again, you should be hysterical, you should panic, it's the end of the world. But with your own eyes, you can see, what is this? This is insane what's going on. But most people bought into it. Well, now it's finally, many people have come to their senses, which is great. All right, so there's hope for humanity. Watch that video. It is linked to below. I just want to make sure. I bet I skipped something, but it's all right. I'm Adam. We will tune in tomorrow, 1 p.m. Baltimore time. Oh, here we do have a comment. One final comment. Tune in 1 p.m. Baltimore time for the This Week at Bitcoin show. And Joe Saz makes his debut. It'll be great to talk to him. I've never had to really talk to him. Thank you. So Mr. Barefoot Barry says, thank you for 4 years of time and effort. It's been more than 4 years. It's been 8 years of time and effort and dedication and conviction, sharing your strong hand. But I know you're just saying, since the last cycle. Obviously, I've been here. I've been here 2 cycles, Barry. So it's 8 years. But yes, it's appreciated. I know not clearly most people watching this show were not into cryptocurrency before 2017, which is unfortunate for them. But a few of you have. So thanks a lot, everybody. Pound that like button. I'm Adam Meister, the BitcoinMeister. Again, 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. And yeah, the rain stopped. And see you later. Bye. Thanks.